Hello, I'm Christine, and the Darkest Minds movie adaptation is out! I'm gonna break this video into a non-spoilery and a spoilery section, so I'll let you know when to leave. But the movie's out! It's out! Go see it, go watch it! The book is amazing! And you have to go see it. What can I say without spoiling it? So I went into this movie really nervous about it because I didn't like the trailer. I think we all know I wasn't a huge fan of the trailer. I'm a huge fan of this book. And so I just got back and I have a lot of feelings. There were things that I liked and there were things that I didn't like. And I'm gonna be going through them all. Highlights of the film were definitely Chubbs. Chubbs is amazing. He's everything I've wanted from Chubbs and more. Like, I didn't even care that he was a green because he wore green so well. I also want to say that I love Alexandra Bracken. And I love her books. I read this book in like it was like one of those most influential books. You know, you read something at the right time in the right moment in your life and it just hits you so much more significantly than maybe other books that you read do. This was one of those books. This is one of those series. I really wanted to just love this movie. I feel like if you come in with low expectations and you forgot what happens in the book and you're just there to like enjoy yourself, you're gonna enjoy the film for what it is. It's fun, it's entertaining, and Chubbs is amazing. Overall, I'm gonna give the movie a B-. Watch it. Go watch, support The Darkest Minds, support Alex Bracken, come back, let's discuss. I'm gonna break it down for you. That's gonna be it for the non-spoilery section, so all you people who haven't seen the movie yet, please leave now and go see it, okay? Bye non-spoilery folks. Goodbye! Goodbye! Okie dokie. I'm gonna start with what I liked because I feel like I'm gonna be annoying about the things I didn't like and go on rants about them. So let me start with what I did like. The first thing being Chubbs. Sometimes the scene was falling flat for me, but then Chubbs spoke and I was like, oh, you saved it. You saved it. Sometimes I was feeling just like, and then Chubbs came on screen and I was like, oh my god, you are the best. The scene with the peppers though was my everything. Like, I could have watched a whole movie of Chubbs gardening with his sidekick, dumb kid who doesn't know about peppers. I like how they put in a few little Easter eggs for the book fans, like Watership Down and just naming the van Betty and making a reference to Betty, even though no one in the audience really got it because we saw one shot of the outside of it saying Betty. I liked Ruby and Zoo. I like that relationship. I kind of wish we saw more of Zoo. She was great. She embodied the character completely. That scene when Ruby was running away from Kate and Rob and got to the van and was banging on it and wanted Zoo to let her in, that was just like I imagined in the book. That gave me the feelings. That was the closest I came to tears in the movie. When Liam said, Ruby, take the wheel, it's like riding a bike. I was like, I just love this scene so much. It's just my everything. The scene with Ruby and Chubbs in the mall, also great. That was one of the best character interactions, I think, in the film. That felt so real and so human. They felt like they were genuinely bonding and becoming friends in that moment. I missed Alex's cameo and I'm so disappointed. I'm gonna have to look for it next time. It's right at the end in the hospital. I think when we really whittle it down, the thing that irritated me the most, and this is gonna sound stupid, but it bothered me so much how their eyes lit up with the color of what they were when they used their power. I couldn't get past it. Every time I saw it, I was like, this looks stupid! Why are you doing it? Okay, let's just think about this for a second. We go into that doctor's office, right, in the beginning, and he's showing us the pyramid of like how greens are gentle and then red, orange, yellow are like the danger zone. They assigned these colors to the kids because of their level of danger. Why weren't oranges blue if it naturally happened to their eyes? It just doesn't make it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if the people assigned them the color, that's fine. It makes sense. But we're going off of the idea that their eyes naturally light up that way if they have the virus according to what power they have. What are the chances that all the colors just happen to line up with how we view the colors in society? It doesn't make sense. That's just the first part of this. But the second part, I think this made it even more annoying for me, was that no one ever pointed it out. It was never acknowledged. When they're like doing the news, they're like, watch out for weird abilities. But no one ever said the kids with abilities, eyes glow like they're being possessed. If I saw that little girl die in front of me and everyone was looking at her because she was like weirdly rattling the cup and then her eyes went, there was a noise, they went so bright, I would be like, oh my god, her eyes glowed like a glowing blue monster. Did you see? No one said anything. When Ruby touches Rob and her eyes glow orange, why did nobody say like, oh, you're using your power? Like, we know when people are using their powers because their eyes are glowing. Why wouldn't they be like, we can tell what you are by your eyes glowing? They never draw that line, and it's such an obvious line. The fact that they ignore it and they pretend it's not happening, oh my god, it was killing me. And I know it was trying to be like some visual way of using their powers, but it's visual when they use them. It just gave it such a teenified look, and that is my next gripe in general with YA films. They like to teenify them, and not teenify them in the way that teens want to see good movies. They teenified it in their way, what they think teens want. Teens want pop music, Demi Lovato, kissing, extra long moments with a love interest stare longingly into each other's eyes. Teens want a good story with well-developed characters. I can't stress this enough. This dumbing down of quality because they think teenagers don't have standards for storytelling. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Gwendolyn Christie plays Lady Jane. And it's just like, there's this shot edited in. Like, I'm in this scene. Like, this is one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Then all of a sudden, we have this shot of Gwendolyn Christie behind the wheel, like, It looks just so out of place and so comedic in a scene that was so intense and serious. And I couldn't not laugh. It was like something I would put in a parody of that scene. And it's little things like that that take you out of the film and make you think, like, who thought that this would go over well? I love Ruby and Liam's book relationship, and it didn't come across that way for me in the film. And I really wanted it to. I loved Ruby by herself, but Ruby and Liam, it just wasn't clicking. It felt like they were lacking moments together. Human moments where they just enjoy themselves and have conversation. The dialogue, I feel like it was directed in a more serious way instead of like a bantery way. There's this scene where Ruby comes out in that dress and they have this dialogue about asking her to prom and like, is she already asked by the football captain? And it could have been fun, but it was so serious. It was coming off so strangely. There was this scene right after Ruby joins the Black Betty crew. Zoo sets up a picnic to have Twinkies. She goes to leave and Liam stops her with his power. And I was like, oh, I don't really like that. But then he like zooms over a Twinkie. Oh, I was having flashbacks. Watching the Mortal Instruments, the scene where he did the portal and he like pulled the portal blob and then he did the scene. No. I don't want to see Liam using his powers on Ruby. I just don't. There's this scene in the mall that tone-wise came off very strangely to me too. There's the kids and they attack them in a way where like Liam and Ruby are pressed together like they're on a bed on top of each other, up and down and up and down. And I'm just like, why would they be doing it like that? And then they zoom them through the store, like that scene in Jumanji where the assassin is in the canoe. The moment where I think, burst out laughing that was very inappropriate was when the Reds were called down in that final battle sequence with Clancy. Clancy had a really good line there that was super creep when he was like, I can make you into the Ruby, the perfect Ruby. That creeped me the out. And then Ruby had this line that just ruined the tone. Why did they make her say, like, I like me the way I am? In just such a boring, straightforward, not witty way. She could have said something badass. Anyway, what I was saying was they brought in the Reds. And I was like, oh no. I was already like, oh no. Because we had that scene where they just unveil the Red with the doctor in a locked room. And they're like, we're gonna need a new doctor. The Reds are like human blowtorches, like dogs, actual human dog blowtorches. They could have at least used their hands for the fire. There was this Harry Potter reference. Ruby goes, oh my god, all the floating lanterns, this is like Hogwarts. And then Liam's like, that would make you Harry Potter. And me, Hermione or Ginny Weasley? And then she's like, oh, Ginny Weasley and Harry get together in the end. And then they're like, They could have said something else that was like funny or cute, but this was just like awkwardly neither funny or cute or awkward enough to be funny. I was just like, where were you going with that? I missed the book end. That end really got me when I read it. In watching the movie, I didn't feel the connection between Ruby and Liam, and I felt the condensation of the story. Is that a word? I felt like the story was rushed. I just would have really loved more moments between Ruby and Liam where they were just talking. A lot of it felt like forced cuteness instead of, I don't know, cuteness with like an underlying meaning. I just felt like they knew each other for 5 seconds, and I did not get that feeling at all in the book. In the film, I wasn't ready for Liam to give this monologue about how he was imagining their life. And just in general, when Ruby walked in and Liam was just looking away from her and didn't turn around the whole time, you know, when she hugged him, he was just like staring at the wall like he was expecting to do a soliloquy. I was just like, why is he not moving? Like, they've never touched like that. We've never seen them be like that. In the camp, in the book, we do see a little bit of that, but they've only hugged for a few minutes dancing on the dance floor once. They've never like casually hung out and been touchy-feely with each other. The most genuine moment of that monologue was when Liam said he'd be on the beach playing volleyball with his best friend Chubbs. Honest to God, I got a little choked up. I was like, oh, Chubbs. And the rest of it, I was like, okay, Liam, wrap it up. We don't feel like you've known each other for this long. Stop. Just stop. It was more heartbreaking watching him walk away when she closed the door and said goodbye and he didn't know who she was. And I really liked the little keychain on the backpack at the end. The parent scene, I didn't really feel that. Aren't there pictures of Ruby around the house? Couldn't she be like, look, there I am. That's what I would do. I was like, why isn't she like, look at all this history, Mom. I'm right there. I'm on the wall with you and Dad next to me. It wasn't like Hermione shouldn't obliviate them so that the proof was gone. She probably has a birth certificate in that house. I don't remember how Alex dealt with this in the book, but I mean, there's gotta be something, some record of her somewhere in that house that she could have pointed to. What about her room? Like, couldn't you just be like, look guys, there's this entire room upstairs that I woke up in. Whose room is this if it's not mine? That was just a thing that I couldn't get out of my brain in those moments. Her parents, especially by the time where she looks at them again through the window, should have realized there was something up. You know, there was something going on. Like, we had a secret daughter that we didn't know about and she escaped. I don't know. Like, where did she go? Where is she? What happened? Well, I don't remember. Anyway, I haven't reread The Darkest Minds for like at least 3 years now. I've read it twice. Or maybe 3 times, but I can't remember that one detail. If you remember, please let me know. I love when they tell Chubbs they're leaving and he's like, it's about time. Oh, highlight the scene with Chubbs out on the dock when he's like, oh, you caught me out here looking at a lake. I've become my grandma. He was so good. And I think the last thing that bothered me was how Mandy Moore was like, we're ready for you to Ruby at the end. And then they brought her into this stadium full of, I guess, kids that the league has working for them. And they all happen to be ready with like smears of paint on them. I just don't understand why the kids would classify themselves as the colors like that in such a big way, first of all. Like, that's how the adults divide them up and segregate them. Why would the kids want to segregate themselves that way? I don't know. Why wouldn't it just be a meeting? Why do they have this stadium? Why is everyone ready? Ruby just got here like yesterday. Why are they doing that? I don't know. They made the league look like some child-run rebellion, but these are run by adults. So where are the adults? Where are all the people in the actual league? The league is run by adults and the kids work for them. I was just confused. I was waiting for that moment because I know it's in the trailer and it's like such a weird, iconic trailer moment. When you watch the trailer, you're like, what's going on here? And I was waiting for that to be explained and kind of pan out. I was like, is Ruby gonna break from the league and like form her own children's not league who was just trying to help children? But it wasn't. I kind of wish it just cut with Liam leaving. Those are my general thoughts. I love these characters. I was just hoping for more, even though I was so hoping not for more. I was so low hopes. I came in with such low expectations, but somehow my expectations were like actually secretly higher than I wanted them to be. Damn it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Those are obviously mine. I'm Christine. I'm at xteenmay on Twitter and Instagram. I make videos here every Tuesday and other days too. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.